organisation actually does go forward, because we have a much stronger resolve now knowing you're the only one, to kind of keep it moving forward. So community has opened up all those other resources, including people and place, and then also funding. Like, we've been really lucky in that regard.
So Delvine, for someone that has come back to the island and moved away and has had a really good run lately, being busy like anyone I know, when is a good time to leave country? When is a good time to leave, especially if you live on an island? Is there a perfect time? When is it? And when do you choose to come back?
I've done my leaving. I'm not going, but I think, there's moments when you feel like you're ready for a change, you're ready to learn something differently, but can you do that on your country? Can someone come to you and teach you or guide you or mentor you? And I think with the, like with resin, those things that have been put into place, that there are opportunities to stay and learn, and I think being able to leave for projects or pop out of your community and put yourself into places where there's opportunities for a short time away learning, but always come back. And if you do have to leave, always finding time to just, I think that's important, touching base, because I know that when I'm not there, you actually feel a little bit, I don't know, not right. And I lived away for 10 years with my family, so I always felt lonely, even though I had a little family, even though I always went home for different breaks. And I know that not everyone's going to have that chance, but those opportunities to come back with, with events like this, to come back home, to touch base with the elders, and that's where that significant learning is. The feeling between each other, that's the stuff that keeps you going, keeps you strong.
There's something, especially in the arts industry, that we quite often get asked is if we can volunteer our time, if we can do things for free all the time. And it's about exposure, getting your name out. We've all heard it. So the next question I'm going to ask the panel is, does it always have to be about giving back? So we'll start with Kim.
For me, I do it personally, yes. I give back a lot. And because I believe in order to receive, you need to give. And that's just in love and kindness. It's not necessarily material things. It's about being present, being in the moment with people. I do a lot of work with refugees and Syrians and people with disabilities. It's not just Indigenous mob that I work with. So, and it's about sharing my culture and their culture with me. So, yeah, it's important.
I think it's down to people's choice, which you've articulated very well, and so that's how I tend to operate. I'm a yes person, but I think what that meant, I think you don't know what it's going to lead to. So from 2013 to 2018, I volunteered my time for Digi Youth Arts, and I made the organisation bank every fee that was ever going to go to me. And what that has actually led is into the survival of one of the most active Indigenous youth arts organisations. So it was give back, but there was some strategy kind of around it as well, so that it was giving back in a really longevity kind of sense. But I think I also talk about this a lot with people who want to engage with Digi Youth Arts young people. So we pay all of our young people to do what other major festivals and organisations might do as their internship program. And so they always come to me being like, oh, would one of your young people like to be in our internship program? And I'm like, well, I pay them. So we're actually having a conversation in South East Queensland about how Digi Youth Arts have made Indigenous internships obsolete because we're paying them. And my argument to them is they've got to go learn their culture, and often they've got to do that without funding. So they shouldn't have to come to your organisation and learn your Western ways and do that without funding. That's usually how I speak to that.
Absolutely. Good response. We're going to clap. Jolene, what would your response be to that? You live in the little community as well, and we know what little communities can be like. What's your thoughts?
I agree. It is important to give back, but it's important at the same time to find that balance. And you know, Amanda said in that earlier session, time is precious. So how do you weigh up your time? Where does it need to go? What is important to you? What is important to that community at that point in time? And how can you, how can you benefit that part of the community that you can contribute to? So early on, I used to run. I'm not a dance teacher, and I'm not a dancer, but I ran a dance group for kids.
Zumba,
no, like a hip hop group. So we used to take kids over to Style and Art, and we used to get choreographers to come over. So that was we got support from the council to do that, and we'd take them up to the Elements Collective to do the routines, and then they would come over. So that was my bit of I think it was 5 years of giving back there, and those kids still reflect on that. And in terms of my arts practice now, I guess my giving back, there's a lot of stuff going on at the community. I'm in Minjerribah at this point in time. The transition out of mining, on Monday we were just, our native title for Moreton Island was determined. So, and I think it's really unusual, but what we was presented to us on the day was that 95% of Moreton will be, under the Indigenous Land Use Agreement, 95% will be handed back as Aboriginal freehold. 95%. Yeah. So part of this transition, there's all these different committees that have been set up, and to manage the new cultural centre, to manage the Wales Centre, to look at the arts and cultural strategy. So I've contributed a lot of my time to that. So I feel like, I've done working with young kids, but now it's time at this, bringing in my ideas about what and how things could, how we can all work together in that art space. But it's kind of really exciting, all those changes that are happening at the moment. The Quandamooka Festival's been going for 5 years. It was a really great festival finale about 3 or 4 weeks ago. It is changing the landscape.
That's another good example of how small arts projects have really grown into big ones. I mean, you're getting Jessica Malboy and all these other ones over there. That's deadly. That's really good. So, for the next generation of emerging artists, those that are up and coming, whether they want to work for a company or individually, what advice do you have for them? Later, you want to go first? You make a lot of use, Sid.
Look, I think coming particularly from the music industry, and I said to a group of emerging Indigenous musicians just a couple of weeks ago, like no one can tell you what your indigeneity is in the arts context. So music, people get told, I think Jim Brewer released a song called Clapsticks. You listen to that, it's got the best about like it has to have clapsticks in it, it has to have this, or like music has a really weird understanding and still quite backwards in what they think Indigenous art should be, and so no one can tell you what that is. And so if I look at some of the artists that have the privilege of working with, you take Kadajara Kiradara and Electric Fields and the work they're doing in language revitalisation, and Delina Briscoe. You take people like Dreaming Now, and which has also got language revitalisation, but this strong political message. And then you take Sister Alice, as I said, that Indigenous people, it's also really important that, people like her standing on stage singing songs about love and existing, because we were told that we didn't exist. And that's also really a beautiful act of resistance and research. So no one can tell you what your art should be, only you can do that, and it's allowed to chop and change however your journey takes you.
I can just say, always believe in yourself. Never let anyone sort of say that you can't. I'm with young people, I say you can't, you're right. So start saying you can all the time. and you know, stick with it. You've got to commit to yourself. Be self-motivated. Self-determination is important for our mob, especially in this environment where we're trying to get people to hear our voice. So we're doing that now through music, through art, through performing arts. We're starting to stand up, and Australia's starting to look and listen finally. So keep on at it. That's what I can only suggest. And never give up on yourself. And love your family and your supporters, because they're the ones that feed you when you're hungry and you're sitting there paying finance. Thanks, Jigger.
In particularly for our rural and remote, or ones that live on the island, and even emerging artists and adolescents, what advice do you have for them?
I think we said in the last session, just about deep listening, and carry that with you. What does it mean to you? How do you make sense of that? How can you carry that through? So I think when you've got all that sort of the listening and the making sense and then doing something with it, then it kind of speaks to who you are.
Direction. Big one. Big one. We're going to class after this. Have we got any questions from the audience? Anyone like to say anything?
We're talking about the history and our First Nations artists and what's out there at that point in time. We don't have anything around the industry that is driven their home and reflected by our First Nations leaders. And it's always been about changing the karma and the years where they decided to go outside of their territory under their new creative structure, which leaves what for us. So it's time that we actually start to step up for our people around Australia, not just in the Territory, but the rest of Australia. The Territory is only one little square in the middle of us. There's nothing else for us. So it's time to step up as First Nations artists and musicians and managers and what have you, and start to create this next level of support for our people. And people like you that are just leading the pack. You're leading us.
Thank you.
And you haven't done for a lot of years. It's just amazing. So we're going to be contacting. Getting together next.
Yeah, we definitely need, so the first Sounds collective that was launched, which is the collective of First Nations musicians, like that was really good for me because I could point to it and be like, see, I told you. Like I told you the musicians were saying this, I wasn't making it up. And so that was really great. And then I think the conversation we had at Big Sound around First Nations governance in music, like we just need our own body. Like that's run by us. I was talking to Neil from Dreaming now about you know, other the organisations that are doing export. Let's just make our own. Because there's in terms of exporting as well. Like there's people that there's really good models in Turtle Island in Canada, from places that have been in rural and remote areas that have got really good not just export models, but like even res touring models, where we can actually start bringing music into these communities as well, to develop that audience and to then hopefully develop that industry that do workshops when they're there. So there's some really good models out there that we can rely on. Absolutely. What I know and what I think is unfair is that I can say this is a theatre maker who's probably required theatre until I release my thesis, which is basically say that I think Western companies are doing the state's colonising for them. But until then, I'm required theatre. What's interesting about music is I can say what I like. I can advocate what I like because I'm not worried about whose festival I'm not going to get booked on. But what's unfair for our First Nations musicians is I become more hireable by doing so, by speaking out to this industry. Yet they've still got this cloud of not being able to. So it does create issues in our ability to advocate in this space because of this, but not being led entirely by First Nations people.
So in that kind of perspective there that you spoke about, what kind of message do we have for government in particular, especially around funding, and communicating and networking, getting a deep rich understanding and better awareness of Aboriginal perspectives, Torres Strait Islander perspectives?
We had a roundtable conversation with the federal government, probably with the Ministry of the Arts, at Big Sound around, there was 23 people were at the table, 6 were Indigenous, and probably 2 of those came because I got asked to chair it at the last minute. And then because I'm like the cover, they get excited and think I'm not going to be a difficult chair. So I just didn't let the non-Indigenous people speak. And so that's the problem happening. Like there's some really great funding opportunities, and I heard Brother talk about what he did with the custodian program with like asking our lot. Like we need to be out there and asking First Nations musicians, but also potentially looking at songmen and women in a way that's respecting that practice as well to kind of, and I know that's been done and is being done, but we need much more investment in those conversations so that we can develop some kind of peak body, whatever, like that's the words we have right now. It could look like something else for that, but that investment needs to happen. I think the fact that, I was still in 2019 having a conversation about what to do with $2 million for contemporary Indigenous music touring, and there was only 6 Indigenous people in a room of about 23, like that wasn't good enough.
Do we have any other questions?
It's not too dumb question. Your ideas for music, does it stem from working in collaboration with the government and going from like kinder to preschool, getting the message out there right up to university students that are interested, coming from an Indigenous background, to bring their skills in music, like if they're right from a very young age, like from kinder when they're learning about singing and dancing, right through? Like there's like the message across working with government so they can bring it and maybe make a career of it, or working in government or with community events like this.
The music industry is like really, it was really great. We had a conversation about what the music industry would look like if we were running it last year, and one of the things that was noted is the music industry doesn't have a space for really young people and for families. So it's like I work in the music industry. When I'm working for Digi Youth Arts, I think like that, absolutely. And I'd like to be able to think more like that in the music industry. But it is quite far behind in how we are working with our young people, and even how I think the music industry has a disconnect even from the education system in terms of music. And that came up from an A&A on that night, and I think it was Katie Noonan that addressed it quite well.
To learn through language, through elders, through dance, through art and music, and to bring that in from a young age where they can grasp it and then take it through their learning.
Absolutely. Any other say that it sounds good.
Thank you.
Any other questions from here? Sure. Yeah. So, Jared Craig, I'm John
Just because they're talking about barriers, and they're talking about barriers for young people, I think I'll speak on behalf if I can. For people who don't know me, my name's Jared Craig. I've been performing for about 10 years now. A lot of the elders, cousins, I sing for the males my age, high school, sometimes primary school. I've taught at every preschool, primary and high school in Port Desert. Currently studying at ACPA. I went overseas to do common games, bring back the back. I don't believe in common games, but I was given, what would you say, the elders from Juggambia had decided that I would be the one to welcome, and the reason I took that job, I don't agree with Commonwealth, but I do agree that Aboriginal people should be welcoming people with Aboriginal lands over other people. I didn't stand for the flag raising, and a lot of people didn't like that either. But just when it comes to barriers, there's too many young people who I'd like to speak to in the room, but I'd just like to speak to everyone else. I think one of the main barriers to people my age, we grew up a lot of the time with older people saying that's a shame. I think if we take that word out of our vocabulary, a lot of our young people do a lot more. Like say he wants to sing, but someone goes, shame, and then they want to sing. Or if you want to dance, and someone goes, you're ashamed. I grew up as a big boy. Some people are like, look, big fella. I don't mind, that doesn't affect me, but I do notice that affects every other person my age group. So if you say, oh, look, you're skinny, or your father, or that's shame job, you might think it's funny, just muck around with your kids, or your son, or your nephew, or your brother, but that can put them out. So I think if we a barrier is to change the way we speak with one another, because a lot of people make stuff sound like it's embarrassing, but I think it's embarrassing if you don't do it because you're ashamed, more than doing it if you are ashamed. Like me, I was singing for the dance crew, but then this morning I was cleaning in church. I knew when I first started singing, I couldn't sing, it sounded pretty bad, but we didn't have time to do it. And I think I was the type to listen to people, I wouldn't get it, because too many people think it sounds bad and ashamed. It was, but I'm always like, I'm more scared of failure than trying. I'd rather, I'm more scared to not do it than fail. I'd rather fail and not try, because then I mean, you do it at all. So yeah, I think for people in the room, I think if you change the way we speak to younger people and try to encourage them, and even if you were to, what would the word be? Like when you say, good on you, make it even more than what it was, just because now they continue to do that. I didn't have a lot of people tell me I was going to make anything. I had a lot of people tell me I wasn't going to make it. Now some of them are going to still do it. More to prove other people, and actually prove to myself that I'm going to do it. Even though I know it's just something that's drilled into you, so you've got to try to overcome those things. But I think as older artists, if we go into young ones and say, sure, yeah, you can do it. And it is like my dad's but like, I can get more up to about 28 people. A lot of them are very intricate before that. Or you got to go, that was a mad shake, I can't shake that good. Or you sing better than me, that was mad. And then I work, but saying like, oh, even smiling in the crowd to someone else, because like something. Sometimes I think it's the way that we treat one another too. So when I say mate, it's like keep going, like I'm doing good. But if you think like that, why you laughing? Check. So yeah, one of the main barriers is where we speak. I don't think anything changes anymore. If you don't work and it looks like it's bigger, because I don't do it. If you did shaking it off the pump instead of one arm, so that was good. You know what I mean? What's that? You can do one thing. What's that? Lift your shirt up. I just think the barrier, it will mainly be the mentality. A lot of youth have trouble with that barrier because a lot of them are always saying that's shame. So my brother, even if I don't agree with them, I like not that bad, but they're doing something that helps us think it's shame. If they're out there, I want to say that shame. I wouldn't do that, but that's all that is, you know. So I know a lot of people want to get on the stage right now, I'm just going to do it anyway. But I think as long as you drill into the young ones, what they're doing is good, whether it's singing, dancing, art, even if it's formal theatre, whether it's still in theatre, they're doing something there on stage, you know. So I think if we try to uplift them and saying shame, it will help a lot better. And then also, kids shame as young age as well, not wanting to do something, not wanting to do everything on the stage is shame. But all that's going to do is have more people, viewers, voices. So we need to be able to have people not frightened on stage and on stage, you know. Because a lot of the time, if you notice, a lot of the time, old people. I don't think it's just because of experience, but I think it's also still because younger people feel afraid to get on the stage. And for any young people are listening, go for it. I'll do it. I come from Bodies. I'm a black male who used to have 20 black males in my house every single day. Now in Brisbane, in a big city, where I'm not seeing no fresh water, animals everywhere, and I don't have people coming into my bedroom every night, and I just get like real nervous. But at the end of the day, I'm like, if I go home now, I'm not going to make it. The kids don't get to see me make it. Yeah, but I reckon as long as people push forward, you just keep telling yourself you're going to do it, because failure is better than the time, I reckon. But yeah.
dancing lessons?
20 an hour.
Thanks, brother. That's really good. Thank you very much. Honey Joe?
My name's Andrew Page. I'm the eldest of 12 children. I come from Granny Polo, my father's Roy Page, and they're all my Jim Malone's their cousins. And we are part of the traditional Mullen elders. Uncle Bevan is a cultural man, there's a Smokey, we're very proud of him. And from today, we were asked to dance and, well, we were asked to do actually. We gave singers, dancers, talkers, whatever. But for us today, it was myself and Sue, my sister Janice, and we were asked to do something, and we did. So we just today was important. It was very special for us to walk down there. People, walk this way, walk all over my grandmother, aunties, and this today, this opening and being today is a special part of our stories, our songlines, our art, and that is special. Songlines, very special. I lost my brother 3 years ago. He was a songman of our family, and he spoke language. He was amazing. I know. He's been to see Vanguard, he's really good. This year was tough for our family because it was 30 years of Vanguard and 365 years. It was amazing. But for me, for us today, I was eldest boss. We got all eldest today. It was very special place to be here and be a part of it. And I want to thank my cousin Devon. And tonight we're going to be at Rom's table. So thank you. Yes, Susan. Come, Sue. Come. Go on.
Come sing a song.
No shame.
And then lift it up. Sing it. Well.
Careful those calls down.
Gary, and there's another thing in our life that happened to us a couple of years ago with the opening of the Commonwealth. We've done that too as well. The others opened that and we were so proud of that. And I'm one of 11, and I have a set of children, 20 grandchildren, 90 great-grandchildren, two great. And I'm 78. And I'm still going to go. I'm not finished yet. I'm finished with the kids, of course. You've got to tell too, young people, darling. Yeah, with you, and then, really interesting. Like Jerry said, like when we were going to school, we were sort of public pool, we were allowed to play public tennis, sports, things like that. But we feel like kids out. We did public school, we got and it was a lot of just back in those days. My sister Pauline and I went to work before we went to school over the pulpit, doing washing in the afternoon without pay, you know, I was only 12 and she was 13, and things like that. My sister over there. When we used to go to school, I used to get spoilt because she used to carry me on the school bag. Get the other brothers and sisters would probably be in front of me. All the way to school, right at the gate is all the way home. Call it in the sawmill, carry water, take the wood home, take the blanket, go back up the sawmill, water. We had fun doing it. You know. We had fun with all the cousins down the river, down the creek.
You know, different attitude when you opening ceremony for the game.
Yeah.
Something that I noticed about young people that dance a lot of kids.
Yeah.
There's a lot of kids that dance the elders. It's something that they just loved and adored was the fact that they can turn around and see their elders dressed up, dancing, singing, respecting, to Dolly Parton, and then next minute on stage dancing with traditional. They were blown away. They were like, but that was an and for them, that teaches those fundamental skills of coaching, and whether I fit in, do I have to change who I am? You know, all those conversations, is it change, is it not change? When we have our old people and our young people doing together for that purpose, it's the most powerful thing. And Mitchell spoke to it earlier, you know, coming back home to the country, that experience now connecting, and what that does as a healing mechanism, first, and what it does to that next generation of storytellers.
Two sisters came home. They were, you know, been out for a couple of years, and they came home with mum and dad died, you know. We're talking about dancing. My son Graham Blanco, when he lived up here.
I love Graham Blanco.
He lived up here. See Garrett and all them boys. Who do you think taught them to dance? Who do you think taught them how to play a didgeridoo? You know? And he went over China and all over there, all over the world. He'd done that too.
So that right.
And I lost him 2 years ago with the bowel cancer. When you blow that out on TV, please take notice of that. You need it. Yeah, my mother, you know. And he was a very good teacher. He even performed out here before this was, as a matter of fact, the golf course, when I lived in Acacia Ridge and I brought my children there. They always wanted to come to my desert for the weekend. And my brother Barry Watch, he got all the Murray boys. See the golf course, they clean that golf course, they make that golf course. Rocks, sticks, trees, and everything. Every weekend. And they loved it. You know, this was holidays. That's the golf course up here today. That's all the Murray boys from Bad. They never paid for it. They were the joy of it, the fun of it. Yeah, couldn't drive over, jump in the truck with Barry. Before Barry could look around, they're going down the truck. And the other black boys are hanging off the back. You know, they could have killed themselves.
So to summarise the whole conversation on Zoo, for the next emerging artist and the next generation of artists in any field that they choose to go in, what words of inspiration or words of advice do you have for them? Just to close off today.
Well, like I said, I lived when I was 14 to raise my young brother too as well, Shane, and he done it. And I worked. I encouraged all my kids. They went right through high school. They went straight in the workforce. They didn't miss. Oh, they knew what the wooden spoon was and everything like, and this, you know, nothing. And you know, they just accomplished everything. Graham did. My son Tony, he'd be 30 years he'd be working on the railway. Bricks on the railway too, you know. Graham was the dandy, the entertainer and everything. Sue, she went into bricklaying and half building and everything, but she can't work. I went to work, a couple of hundred and so the mothers could go because I was in a position where I get that Aboriginal hospital. And that was all right. She brought her own home, she ran that picture. And I've got two of them here today. Granny. You know,
so what's your advice?
What's your advice?
What's
For
your
the
advice?
next generation of dancers and singers and artists and...
Well, my cousin, you were talking to my cousin last night, she said, Susie, write a book. Write a book. I said, Carol, for one thing, I can't spell properly, and I can't read properly. So, it's different education is very important because I'm thinking about doing night classes. And then I worked at Ellie Bennett and hostels in that for 15 years. In that 15 years, 4 times a year, for 10 days, I went to Macquarie University in Sydney. I went for 3 years. I graduated. And community management, but I still stuff in my background.
So education commitment
It's very important.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you to our panelists. We've got another round of applause.
Wait, up here? Yeah.